And welcome back, of course. Like we promised you, it's time for us to get up close and personal right here on Alfajiri. 30-year-old CEO, everybody talking about the fact that they want to be their own boss, make their own business happen. And that's what I want to discuss. How do you do that at such a young age? How do you get there? Because this guy has been in the business for 11 years. So if you do the age, do that quick math and see when he started this. A decade in the game. I'm talking about the founder, of course, and MD of Fourthstreet Consultants, Joshua Matumo, stopping by. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much for having
Welcome
me.
to the show.
Santi.
And of course, that math is one that very many people are also trying to add up. If you're just around that age and you've been doing this for more than a decade, how did you start? What were you doing? And you found yourself in this particular space of forex trading, which is mainly what Fourthstreet Consultants is dealing with.
Yeah, true. I mean, the thing is, if you do the math, as you say, it's because you figure out that I was in campus. So I was probably doing less partying and doing more forex and learning. But basically, I started back in the day when I was in uni, 2008. So I was doing my assignments, and one of those YouTube videos pop up, and I learned that I can make money online. So I was like, oh, I need money. So why not? Why not? So I got researching. I got more eager, and I was reading every article I could get on forex, every every video I could get on forex. So within a couple of weeks, I had like an overflow of information. So that was the kickoff of my career back in uni.
And at that particular point, I'm sure you're doing it in campus just to, as a side hustle to get some money for, things that you need to do. What made you actually decide, what, I'm going to focus on this, I'm going to, zoom in on this and make it their thing? Yeah,
so now, so I go to uni 4 years down the line. I'm done with uni, and I was doing a couple of stuff back then. I was doing, I'm a writer, I was doing writing. And at the same time, the normal pressures of the family, you need to get a proper job. So, and then lucky for me, my dad sat me down and told me, because he saw that I was all over the place. So he was like, you know what, you need to decide what you need to do with your life. I won't tell you what, but you need to decide what to do. And at that very moment, the funny thing is that I wasn't making money in forex. At that point, I was making money in these other avenues. But at that very moment, I knew I want to do forex.
Why? If it's not bringing the money and the writing is bringing the money, why do you want to focus on the loss-making venture?
That's the thing. It wasn't making money yet. But I knew it's a mega industry. It's a global industry. I mean, $5.3 trillion are exchanged every day in the forex markets. So I could research on one of the greatest traders in the world, like Warren Buffett. I mean, these people run empires based on forex and stocks. So I knew there was money, and I had information, but it was a clutter of information. And then I think, there are concepts in forex, such as risk management. And, we human beings are born with kind of an inborn greed. And so in forex, that works against you. So there's this fallacy about making a lot of money overnight, and I had to overcome all these expectations. So I knew there was money in the business, but I wasn't there yet. So I just embarked on a process to work on myself and work on my career.
And at the time, of course, KU economics graduate, you went to do your CPA as well. So you have the papers. You could have gone and worked for an audit firm. You could have done all of these things. Did you ever take that route?
Yeah, well, I figured out I wanted to do a master's in economics, because I had a background of economics. Well, I mean, my family setup is more of a finance thing. My dad had a doctorate in finance. So I was like, you have a chance, you can pursue this and make a career for yourself. But then I figured out, you know what, I think I want to do forex. Not I think, but I want to do forex, because there's life in this. And then I was very passionate about, teaching people to do this craft. But the thing is, I had to learn to be patient. I wasn't there yet. I couldn't start teaching people back then, because I had to work on myself. And that's what happened in the following 1 year and 2 years. Yes.
And at the time, did you ever venture into formal employment? Did you ever get a job?
I've never been employed. Yes.
So this has been your thing?
This has been my thing. Yeah, full time.
And at the time, because at the beginning you were self-taught, and you are doing your own research on the internet, understanding what forex markets are, what determines, the price of currency or, securities in different markets. Did you ever decide to actually now go to school and study this and understand what it's all about?
Yeah, sure. That's a good question. I actually thought about it. then I started researching whether there are schools, you know, in Kenya. Then that was in 2009, 2010, and I couldn't find a school. The one person I got who purported to mentor me, you know, charged me 30,000 Kenya shillings to get soft copy notes, and then the next day he was online on phone. And so I was like, you know, still I have to figure out how to do this. Then I started looking up, I started inquiring, I started reaching out to the now outer world. Then that's why I located some institutes based in the UK. So I started taking their courses. And that's what really opened me to actually how Forex works. Because there's what you read in the internet and what you watch in the YouTubes, but there's how the machine of economics work, how supply and demands affect Forex. You know, how to figure out risk management, get the right expectations and the right psychology to make money. And so these are lessons I had to figure out how to get them, and I did a couple of courses, some online, actually most online. So that's how I got now into the professional world of Forex trading.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's talk about that a bit, because you also term yourself a Forex mentor, a Forex coach. And I mean, anytime you probably even go to YouTube to watch probably a video, first 6 seconds is an advertisement about some Forex trader who will teach you the secrets, how to make money and all of that. What does a Forex trader do?
I mean, that's a wide topic to cover, actually. I mean, that's the unfortunate thing about Forex, because we have brokers, and brokers are there to, you know, to kind of make you think that you can, you know, watch a couple of videos and start making money tomorrow, but it's not the case. You know, it's a business like any other. There are risks involved. And so you can't, you know, the fallacy that is out there that you can, you know, get someone to teach you Forex in a week or so, or watch a couple of videos, and tomorrow you're making money. Then if it was that easy, I mean, we could have so many millionaires, but that's not the case. Actually, that works against you, because, you know, you overexpose yourself. And I have been, you see, the thing is, I have been a victim of that, because I tried that in my earlier years. So I know exactly the pitfalls that most beginning traders, because there is excitement in doing the markets, you know, watching the graphs move up and down. But then how I approach it now is as a business. So I look for opportunities that guarantee me proper reward, risk to reward. For instance, if I'm risking $100, I need to risk in an opportunity that offers me a return of ×2 of that. And if I don't get that, there's no point of opening that trade, risking your hard-earned money. So these are the disciplines that I had to learn and, you know, kind of experience and practice them over and over again to master the art. So as Fourthstreet consultants, what does a consultancy do? Now, the thing is, when I had this passion about starting a school to teach people how to trade Forex, because again, there are so many people who are reaping people of money. You know, I can teach you how to make Forex. You can make returns of 30% per month, 20% per month, and I feel like we need to have someone to tell people the truth. I mean, the first thing I ask consultants when they come over is, what are your expectations from the markets? Do you know how it works? Do you know the risk elements? And so last year we came up with a course. We came up with a Forex online course that is fully comprehensive. 60% of the course is actually videos on live markets. And so what we do is we offer the course that is available on our website. And then for our students, you know, once you subscribe to the course, that covers for 6 months free consultation, one-on-one on our offices, because I believe that's the only true way you can learn. Because if I take you back in college, in uni, you remember the physical classroom, the setup. And I can tell you so many people that fail in school is not because they are not bright or, you know, they don't catch up, but it's the setting of the physical classroom, the traditional physical classroom. And so I felt that why not give people a course that they can access on their own? Because this is the modern day world. I mean, a young man at Kisumu, a young lady at Kitui can access our course online. And whenever they have questions or things they don't understand, they can always call us, because we have traders at our offices at Karen who report to work Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. So you can either call to consult on things that are not clear, or you book a physical one-on-one consultation, come over to our offices, we mentor you for 6 months. By 6 months, you're fully polished.
Right.
That's what we do at Fourthstreet Consultants.
Right. And even as you talk about that particular aspect where you can go and learn how to be, better at, dealing with Forex, if you broke it down to someone who's just trying to get a one-paragraph answer as to what Forex is about, because like you said, it's very complicated. Is it just simply boiling down to buying currency, selling when it's, buying when low, selling when it's high? Is that the basic premise around what the trade is?
It's actually not complicated. There are two elements you need to understand with Forex. It's the forces of supply and demand. So two things that we teach that are paramount to making money in Forex and making money consistently for that matter is you need to understand its maths. And then you need to understand how the market works. The same way the markets were moving 20 years ago is the same way they move now. So it's a matter of, we teach you, listen, if this pattern happens in the Forex market, it means it's time to buy. If this pattern forms in the market, which has formed again last month and 2 years ago, then it means we are selling. And this is your confirmation to open a trade. This is what we call price action. And this is what we teach at Fourthstreet Consultants. So we teach you how to analyze the markets. It's not complicated. You just need to commit and adhere to the discipline of managing your risks. And we teach all that in our course. And because some people say like there are other companies abroad that will use very sophisticated algorithms to come up with when to buy, when to sell. What do you guys have to say about that for somebody who probably is monitoring the markets? Like Jeff, he'll wake up in the morning before work, check how the market is, see if it's supposed to time for him to sell his dollars or not, and then go to work. How's Jeff supposed to make his money? What if I told you, like right now as we talk, I have trades running and I don't have to be in front of my screen the whole time. So what I do is I analyze the market at the close of day, and that's when I make my decisions. So I analyze the markets at close of day. If there is an opportunity to open a trade, I open a trade, I put my parameters to control my risk and my targets, and I let it run. So right now I have some trades running. About, algorithms. It's like when you get a programmer to set up a program for you. It's them who feed instructions to the program. And therefore, if you don't understand the basics of how the Forex market works, because it's formulas that you feed to the algorithms, then it's going to be wrong. And then the advantages and disadvantages of that. Because one of the advantages is that it is swift, and it can do the trades for you when you're not there. But on the flip side, then if the algorithm or the program, there is a technical error, the way they have coding, because they do coding. So if there's an issue with a code, then it can ultimately ruin you. And so there's both sides of the story. So some companies are taking up coding, but the point is at the end of the day, before even you go ahead to code, you need to understand the dynamics of the Forex market, how the Forex market works, because we have different time frames. We have 3 time frames. We have the New York, we have the Asian time, and we have the Tokyo time. How these different time frames affect volatility in the market, because we traders feed into volatility. It's when the markets are moving that we make money. So you need to understand how these different time frames affect volatility, which affects your trading. And these are all information that you can get. You need to get them from a professional who has really done it and been through the process to just mentor you through it. And let's talk about volatility, because it seems that's a trader's heaven. If things are stable across the world, there's no money to be made. So in terms of this volatility, it goes both ways. It's a sword that cuts both ways. You either make a lot of money or you get a huge loss. Let's talk about the losses, because most people don't talk about that. For you, what are some of the losses that really shaped what you do today, and what happened at that particular space in time? I mean, that's a good question. And the thing is that I am not always afraid to talk about losses, because in Forex, we don't teach people to avoid losses. You can't avoid losses in life. You can't avoid losses in business. What we teach people is to manage the losses. Manage the losses. Now, the beauty of Forex is that they have put parameters to control losses. For instance, if my trading plan stipulates that out of my trading capital, I don't plan to risk more than 2%, every trade that I open, I set it and limit that in case this trade goes against me and I lose 1% if it's one of the trades, then whether I'm online or not, it cuts it off at that point with that loss, without further losses. So you set those parameters yourself. So the parameters to control risks are there.
Right.
Just as some people choose to ignore, either for their level of greed or for their lack of information. But those parameters there to control risks. I mean, one of the grave mistakes I did in my earlier years, I never forget. I think it was 2009. And so I took this trade, and I was the greed in me and the lack of controlling my risks. And so I opened a trade, and then it started going against me. And then I was like, no, I can't close up this loss. I need to wait for the market to back up to, make up my loss. And that's one of the grave mistakes that costed me almost half of my capital. But that was a hard lesson to learn.
Right.
And the reason we're here is to help people not make those mistakes.
Right.
This is how it works.
Right.
This is how you control your risks.
Right.
Approach it as a business. Have realistic expectations about the business, and you're going to make it.
Right.
Yeah.
And as we talk about this right now, this is what you do through and through. This is your bread and butter. But can this be a side hustle for a business that demands, what's going on in New York, what's going on, in Shanghai, what's going on in Tokyo? Can you have a 9 to 5 and still do Forex successfully?
Definitely. As I told you earlier, I run around because I do a couple of other stuff. Especially going to meet clients, going to consult with our students, because we have students who have signed up for the course, but they're busy. And they call us, my schedule is busy, can you come over to my office? And either myself or we send another consultant trader to go consult for them. And so I'm not locked to my screen throughout the day. I only, the moment you learn Forex trading, when we teach you to do Forex trading, you only need 30 minutes to 45 minutes a day to analyze the markets and tell whether there are opportunities.
Right.
Look for opportunities, set up your trades, and then in between the day, you can even follow up on the trades on your phone. So you don't need to be stuck on your screen throughout the day. So you can purely do it offline. Right. Actually, I don't spend time on my screen. I just need 30 minutes. I screen through the markets, probably once or twice a day, and that's it. So you can do it purely as a side hustle, if you so wish.
Right,
yeah.
Right. And for you, when you're not doing this, what is Joshua usually doing? When he's not meeting clients, when he's not monitoring markets across the globe, how does he unwind, or what does he do to relax?
Wow, I love taking long drives, and I read a lot. I mean, I love reading. I used to write before I started doing Forex. So I read a lot. And I do write blogs, because we have a blog. We write blog articles. Every Wednesday, we post a blog article for our students. We do weekly market analysis. But unwinding, I love, spend time with my daughter and just take drives. I love taking long drives out of town and stuff.
What are you currently reading?
I'm reading The Financial Journey, The Financial Journey, Freedom. Yeah.
And for you, it's interesting you say that because everyone talks about financial freedom.
Yeah.
That's what everybody wants. For you, what's your definition? When do you feel like you'll be now financially free? This is it. Now I can just take. How old is the daughter, by the way?
She's turning a year in 3 days.
Wow, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
When will you feel it's a point you can just take her and now just travel or do all those things you'd want to do?
Wow, that's an interesting question, actually, because, I mean, it's relative for people and about financial freedom. But the beauty of what I do and what I love most about it is that I can carry my laptop or my iPad with me anywhere. And as long as I have access to internet, then I'm doing my stuff, I'm working. I mean, that's already freedom. I mean, I don't know how you view freedom, whether it's having a couple of millions at the bank, but for me, that's already freedom. What there is just to, get stable and, make some money to keep you off life, and that's it. But for me, that's freedom. And if I can impact even 10 people and make them stable and make them earn a living from Forex, then for me, that I'm happy. I'm a happy man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic stuff. And even as we come to a close, one thing, Joshua, that stands out, I mean, it's obvious as day, is you're a pretty young guy. How do people, take you seriously in the business world? Because I'm sure you'll get into different settings, different meetings, and the person there is probably twice your age, and he's like, what's this young man coming? Is he coming for an internship?
True.
Or is he the consultant coming to, give me, the consultancy I need? How do you deal with that?
I mean, that's a good question, but I had to learn how to deal with it because, I'm meeting a client and they're like, oh, okay, so you're Joshua. Are you done with campus? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm done with campus. And then I'm like, goes like, okay. Tell me about you. So when I start sharing, when I invite them to the office, and I start sharing, the wisdom that I have accumulated both in business and in Forex, then, we get to exchange ideas and then we can get into doing business. But it's true that people judge a lot and, but I take it on the positive.
Right.
I mean, I'm here, I can help you do this. So we just exchange ideas. But then 10, 15 minutes into it, then, they're like, oh yeah, they're nodding and they're, we can actually, they're excited about it. Okay. So for me, I take it positively, but I love what I do above all. So it's good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And even as you conclude, where do you see, Fourthstreet Consultants now going from here?
Our core mandate is to teach people and give people the truth. I mean, too much fallacies out there. I mean, I hear people promise people that they can make them a certain percentage of profits per month. I don't know, 30%, 20%. If we have to market or to bring students to sign up for a course, then we have to sell them the truth. This is not how it works. You don't get to make money overnight that quick. You need mentorship. And like a business, you need training. Right. I mean, why do doctors go to school for 6 years? Why do lawyers go to school for 4 years and then practice for 2 years? What you makes think that you can come and learn Forex in a week and you're making millions tomorrow? It doesn't work like that. Right. So our mission at Fourthstreet Consultant is basically to create an army of traders. The industry is opening up. The other day we had the first company that got the license by Capital Markets Authority, to trade on behalf of people. Right. These are guys who will need traders. Banks are going to open up to have in-house traders. So apart from empowering people to make money on their own, we're careful to expose these people into the broader financial industry, kind of create an army of traders. And so we want to be an authority in Kenya and in Africa to be the next destination of, if you want to create a career for yourself from trading Forex and not to make $1 million tomorrow, because we don't teach that. But if you want to make a career out of yourself, a reliable, consistent career to make money, like we've done over the years, then we work with you and we take you through. This is what we want to achieve as Fourthstreet Consultants, and we're committed to it every day of our lives. Okay, yes. Fantastic stuff. Where can somebody get you on the social media space? In case they're intrigued with this conversation, want to take it a bit further, where can they get you? Sure. Follow us on our Facebook page, Fourthstreet Consultants, Instagram as well, Fourthstreet Consultants. And then at Twitter, Fourthstreet KE. You can also follow us on our YouTube channel, Fourthstreet Consultants. And be free to contact us as well on our website. That is www.fourthstreet.co.ke. Our offices are located at Karen. You can always come consult for free. That is if you're seeking information. And then, of course, we'll guide you and listen to you first. What are your expectations, what you want to achieve, then we can advise you accordingly. What about your personal handles? It's up close and personal. You on social media, where can they get you? Sure. Joshua Matumo on Facebook. Right. And Joshua Matumo on Instagram as well. Right. And also Twitter, Matumo J. Okay. Fantastic stuff. So in case you want to find the company or the entrepreneur, now you can get him to discuss that and so much more. Of course, getting up close and personal, not every single time you get a 30-year-old CEO with 11 years experience. This guy, it was child labor when he started working. Of course, up close and personal with Joshua. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you very much. And of course, all the best in your journey of Forex. Thank you very much. Asante sana. Okay, we take a short break right now, of course, but when you come back on the other side, it's all about that question that has been asked over and over and over again. What do men want in a woman? That discussion going on right here after the break.